Welcome to Beyond Babbitt. And this is your host, Brian Anthony, reporting for duty. Okay. Okay, guys. I did a live earlier today, right? About what's going on with the heavy military movement in Texas. And I gave a scripture about the mark of the beast. Kind of quoted it from memory, just not verbatim, but pretty close. And I went back over it. All right, Marcus Adams, I'm going to tell it. And so I even had one of my subs left a message. Hey, Joe Berlin, I was just speaking about you. This actually was Joe Berlin left a message who said we might already be contaminated with the mark of the beast through the nano. And I thought about it. And I looked it up. All right, Vanette Average, thank you. I looked it up. So a few articles I found, a few videos and articles. There was a lab shut down, I believe, in Italy. And it says that the all vaccines were contaminated with the nano. All, A-L-L, vaccines were contaminated with the nano. It also has, it said, it had other things in it besides mercury, squalene, adjuvants, stainless steel, aluminum, and a bunch of other things that you shouldn't put in your body. You definitely shouldn't inject it into fetuses. And then I saw another article, a couple of articles, and some videos about the RFID chip, right? And it says that in Ohio, all the babies, they tag them with an RFID chip when they're born, but it's a bracelet. There's a bracelet they put on their leg, on their foot or something, with the RFID chip, and they said the mother has the matching chip. The mother wears the other bracelet, RFID, so no one can steal the baby or misplace it or give it to the wrong parents or something like that. I said, okay. And then there was another article I saw where some man is suing because some doctor or some hospital injected him with the RFID chip unknowingly. He didn't know that they never disclosed it. I don't know how he got it. I didn't go all deep into that article, but I was thinking, I mean, could any of that be the mark of the beast? Like the RFID chip and even the nano. We know that the nano can hold data as well as the RFID chip. The nano probably can even hold more. It's programmable matter. The one thing about that article, they gave a false representation of where the nano actually came from. They say, oh, it comes from exhaust gas and stuff like that. It's really not what that is. And so here's what I did. I read it again. I read those scriptures again. Hey, what's going on, G-Dogs? Okay, so I read that scripture again. Let me read it to you. And which talks about the mark of the beast. I'm going to read it verbatim, and then we're gonna break it down. And after doing a little praying and meditation, it may be something other than what we think it is. It may be something other than the nano, or even something other than the chip. Those two things may have something to do with it, but in its current form, I don't think it's that. So let's take a look. So we go to Revelation 13, and I'm going to start over here. It's just the one where I really want to get to is Revelation 13:16. But I'm going to start at 11 right here. Revelation 13, verse 11. And it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spoke as a dragon. So if he had two horns like a lamb and he spoke as a dragon, he's an imposter. He's a wolf in sheep's clothing. Okay? He's not a lamb. He spoke as a dragon. He just was covered as a lamb, as deception. Okay? Verse 12. And he exerciseth all the power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And it talks about there was a beast who's had a head wound and his deadly wound was healed. So this lamb who spoke as a dragon is not getting people to worship himself. He's getting them to worship the first beast. Okay. Verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. He got fire. We don't know if that's technology. We don't know if they're talking about miracles or meteors or maybe just prayer and meditation and swoop like Elijah, it comes down. This part right here reminds me when President O was in office, right? He and Putin had got into had words or some type of something. And later on that day, like a meteorite came down from the sky in Russia and exploded before it hit the ground. Boo! Knocked out windows and all type of stuff. And I was like, whoa. And I thought of this, call down fire from heaven. I mean, it could be relevant, could not be, but that's just, what it reminded me of when I saw it, back then. Okay. Verse 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do, and which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast which had the wound by a sword and did live. And I'm thinking, an image to the beast. And I'm thinking maybe it's a holographic image, right? And let me show you why I say that. Verse 16. Verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image. See, there you go. So that's why I said it may be a holographic image. Oh, and thank y'all for the thumbs up. Thank you for the likes. Oh, man. We'll get into this. I put something in the description box down below also that goes along with this. I forgot to mention that. And also I've been putting things in there again for donations if you want to do that. Thank to John Galay, man. I got a donation from John Galay. Definitely appreciate it, brother. I know I didn't tell you I would announce that publicly, but you probably didn't want to know. But anyway, and thanks to all my new subscribers as well. Okay, so here we go. He gives life to the image. It says an image. So I'm thinking maybe it's holographic. We're in the time now. We can do that today. They can give life to an image. They can bring, well, who was that? Didn't they bring Tupac back to do a concert, his image, stuff like that? They can bring Michael Jackson back and holograph, holographic image. So let's read verse 15 again. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. If you don't worship the beast, you're marked for execution. Okay, now here's the part we want to get to, and we're going to break this down. Verse 16. And he causeth all, A-L-L, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man may buy or sell, save he that hath the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Verse 18. Here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of man. Number of man is 6. Man was created on the 6th day. And his number is 600, 6. In other words, 666. So back to verse 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. So I got a little curious. I have a Strong's Hebrew Greek lexicon on my phone, and I went to that. And I said, let me look up Mark. So we're finna get deep now, guys. Let's look up Mark. And that's in the, of course, that's in Revelation 13:16. So Mark is going to be Strong's number G5480. It's a Greek word pronounced karagma. Okay, so here's the meaning of that. A scratch or etching, i.e. stamp as a badge of servitude, or sculptured figure. It says statue in parentheses, graven, and then it says mark. And I was like, well, at first when it said a scratch, I was like, a scratch? And I was like, well, maybe that's the incision to where they're placed the chip in, you know what I mean? They have to make like a cut, and then or they can do it with a needle, with a syringe, they can put that chip in you. But I'm like, that's really not a scratch though. But what I thought about was a tattoo. A tattoo. Hello, Jerry Love. Okay, guys, so in the description box down below, there's a video, and this came out in 2017. Someone created a tattoo that can play sound, that can play music. And it makes more sense because the tattoo gun basically is an etch. Okay, here's the definition again from the Greek. A scratch or etching, i.e. stamp as a badge of servitude, or sculptured figure, statue, graven, mark. Etching, a scratch. It's the tattoo gun. The ink. You can put nano in the ink. It's a relatively new technology. They said right now the sound wave, you can only play it up to 1 minute. You can play it up to 1 minute. But, I mean, when we started out with this technology anyway, what do we start out with? Megabytes, then we went to kilobytes, then gigabytes, terabytes. So the memory of it can expand. That's nothing. Yeah, that's nothing. So they're going to figure a way to expand the memory to where if you want to store a whole movie on the tattoo, I mean, I think it's some type of metal ink as well. Maybe nano ink, who knows? But guys, I'm starting to think that the mark of the beast is going to be a tattoo on your right hand or on your forehead. That's what it sounded like. When I went to the Greek, the scratch or an etching, the chip is not an etching. And I don't, the scratch could only be an incision, but it didn't say, it said a scratch. And because you can insert the chip without surgery. You can do it with a syringe. And that's just a little hole and bloop, there you go. So with it being a scratch or etching or graven, it really leads me to believe that the mark of the beast is most likely going to be some type of nano tattoo or some type of tattoo that can hold data. And when they scan it, just like it can play, how they were advertising the tattoo, they were like, oh, you can save like your mom if she's dead. You can save her voice on your body forever. You can save your favorite song, or somebody saying I love you, or your pet, your dog barking, or your cat meowing, or your favorite rap song or anything you want to put on your favorite Bible verse. How about that? You can put that on a tattoo on a sound wave, and you need your phone. You put your phone over it, and it reads it, and it plays it. It gives it life. It gives it life. It gives life to the image. We're there. This tattoo artist out of Los Angeles invented it. Again, that link is in the description box down below. And he invented it in 2017. It was available to the public in June of 2017. Who knows how far it's advanced since then? We're in 2019 now. Spiritual warfare, yes. So I wouldn't doubt that the ink may have some nano in it. But whatever the image is, it's able to get life. See, that chip the chip doesn't give it life. The chip is not going to give it life. But once they're able to make the tattoo store as much data as the chip, because the chip maybe can store, 64 gigs? The tattoo can't store that much right now. It's only a matter of time. So when I went to the Greek, it just really leads me to believe that the mark of the beast, may have something to do with the sound wave tattoo, because you can give it life. It's etching, it's a scratch, it's an etching, and it's graven into the body. What do you think about that, guys? You think, yeah, the pineal gland, the pineal gland does so much. The elites are said, allegedly, to do sacrifices, human sacrifices, especially child sacrifices. And they excite their victims before they kill them, because it makes the pineal gland excrete adrenochrome. And they get them all worked up, and they kill them, and they take the pineal gland out, extract the adrenochrome, however you pronounce it. And they said it gives them some type of energy, some type of power. The pineal gland does so much. It's vital. Now, there are some people who have a calcified pineal gland that doesn't work. Now, the pineal gland is so strange because it's in the middle of the brain, and it has something that looks like an artery, or not an artery, a big vein or big artery or something that goes to it. It's really feeding it. Okay, the pineal gland is also called the third eye. It vibrates when you pray. When you pray, it secretes something in your body that heals you, and it does so much. Besides producing melanin and melatonin and serotonin and a number of different things, it works with all the systems in your body. Yes, it's like a pine cone. And the occult call it the third eye. They try to access the heavenlies without God. And some of them are successful. But it's not meant to be used that way. It's meant to be used because the God is the one who put it in us. Yeah, we can use it through him, not to go around him and to try to access his power and stuff like that without him. Use it in conjunction with him. Yeah, well, it's in the description box down below. I can't remember if, you know what, that's not the one I loaded. He's on another video. He's all tatted. His hands are all tatted up. The guy who invented the tattoo. But I don't think I loaded that one up. I just loaded one that basically shows you how it works, and it's pretty deep, guys. But that was really on my mind and on my heart because we're there. We're there. The financial system is going down. That's a fact. It's just a matter of time. And it's a short matter of time. I was talking to some people this weekend and they were like, oh, yeah. They said, no doubt we're going to see it in our lifetime. You know, like 50 years, 20 years down the road. And I'm like, no, you don't really get it. We're going to see it, you know, a lot sooner. Exactly, G-Dog. We're going to see it a lot sooner. Exactly, Sarah Evans. 3 tops. And maybe sooner than that. That's their plan. Agenda 21 is when they really want to have it solidified. By 2020, we all have to be complicit and compliant with the Real ID Act, which is the last straw, basically. Yeah. So that's what they're working on. Our president is supposed to go live tomorrow, address the nation about the state of emergency at the border crisis. Some are saying he's going to announce martial law. You know, I talked about all the military activity in Texas. So if the system goes all the way down, on the other side is the mark of the beast. They already have the Skynet, the Internet of Things. See, they need the 5G to work the Internet of Things with zero latency. But it's going to fry us. It's going to kill us. You know, in the book of Deuteronomy, God tells his people when he said, when you go in and take these lands that I'm giving you, he said, go in there. He said, if they put up their gods, their idol gods, he said, go in there and take them down. He said, tear them down. That's what God said. Tear down the idols. But see, today people would be like, oh, that's not very nice. That's not very godly. That's not very Christian or whatever, Jew or whatever you are. That's not nice, tearing down that stuff. No, I didn't write it. I know that's right. So, guys, we got to be ready for whatever. Make sure we stay detoxing because they said the nanos. Now, I haven't taken a vaccine since it was mandatory for me when I was in school. But they're saying they're going to make it mandatory for everybody soon. We have to stay detoxing, guys. I even read some articles about children who had autism and stuff like that and detoxed and became normal. So it's whatever was in their body that was. It's certain things that destroy your brain, like aluminum. It tears your dendrites up. The dendrites are what fires in your neurons, your neurons. It's what can give you Alzheimer's and everything. Mercury, aluminum, especially stainless steel. What is that doing in a vaccine? Those things don't belong in your body. You need to detox it. Nano does not belong in your body. Zeolites, guys. Zeolite. Zeolite is ionized. It has a negative charge. So it draws these metals. It draws everything, toxins that doesn't need to be in your body. And you pass it. The stuff they say, oh, well, once they get in your brain and then we can do. That's why the Alzheimer's is up. All these metals, they go to your brain. And you can't, and it causes dementia. I don't know about that. That other DNA, they put other DNA in your body, it's going to start changing your DNA. Yeah, martial law. Everything is about control. It's about mind control. I forgot which movie it was I saw, but they said, we got one that can see. If you can see, they really want to mess with you. But and the only way you can see is you got to get off the TV. I don't have any TVs. I got rid of my TVs a few years back because at the TV, especially the big ones, the big screens, plasma, they work on ELF. You can be hypnotized, especially if your body's full of aluminum, like an antenna, nano. I found the video, matter of fact, from the German scientist. I'll probably talk about that, and he talked about the Arab Spring could have been nano because the nano communicates with other nano. They said they can get one person on nano and make this person mad, and everybody else who's infected will get mad. It's like a hive mentality. This person turned to the right, everybody else turned to the right. So if you want to start an Arab, he said, if you want to start an Arab Spring, it's easy. It's all about mind control. They've already got our money. They got your money. We're about to be a slave. The little greenbacks is going to be no good. You're going to lose everything. You're going to lose everything. And if you don't take the mark of the beast, you're going to be scheduled for execution. They're going to turn your life off. Uber killings. Wow. Yeah, people need to wake up. But it's up to us. We have to fight. We just can't wait for somebody else to fight. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Everybody has to do their part. We just can't be like, oh, well, I'm just going to wait and enjoy the show and see what happens. What? That's not how it works. That's not how it works. Anyway, guys, I just want to get that out here. That I know that's right, Michael Bennett. We all have to do that. We all have to do that. So, yeah, it looks like I had, for the longest, I had been thinking that it would be the chip. But when I looked up the Greek, scratch, etching, graven, it's a tattoo. It's what it seems like to me. It's a tattoo. Because he's able to give it life. Exactly, Tribulation X. It's true. It is true. But, you know what it says? He who endured to the end shall be saved. He also said, occupy till I come. He also said, and those who know their God shall be strong and do exploits. So we ain't got time to be scared. It's time to fight. With that said, guys, Beyond Babbitt, over and out with the left, over and out with the right. Thanks for joining. And again, appreciate all my new subscribers. Like, share, subscribe. And also, I'm putting the way to donate at the bottom if you want to do that as well. Okay. All right. Well, y'all have a good one. We'll talk again later. All right. Bye.